What's going on, boxing fans? DA here with another boxing video. Alright, seconds ago, the decision for Pablo Cano versus Paulie Malignaggi was a split decision win for the Magic Man. The moment the decision came about, the fans and the crowd just completely booed, meaning that they felt that Pablo Cano literally beat the living shit out of Paulie Malignaggi. Alright, here's my take on the fight. From rounds, I guess you can say, from rounds 1 through maybe 6 or 7, I gave those rounds to Paulie, all right? I had him winning rounds 1 through, I believe I look at my scorecards, like 1 through 6 or something I gave to Paulie. 7, 8, gone towards the end of the fight, or up to the, prior to the knockdown, it could have went either way, but I edged those rounds to Cano basically because he started to come on strong near the end and Paulie started to fade. Yes, Cano was cut because of the punch early in the fight. That really didn't have anything to do with Cano's ability to maintain a great, sense of what was going on in the ring. It didn't deter him from anything. He still fought the same from round 1 towards the end. He was strong. He maintained. Paulie, on the other hand, he was like, I don't know. I mean, I'm a huge Paulie Malignaggi fan, so I'm gonna try and remain unbiased. He was just like, there's something about the guy. It's just he has a very good jab. There's no doubt about it. He has a good jab. It's just we all know that he's very weak in the power department, and he doesn't deliver every punch as strong as he can. It's like he has one track that he follows. You know what I mean? He's like on rails when he fights. He's just like, and if something were to happen, he won't like do anything to help, fix what's going on. So if he gets hurt, he fights hurt. He doesn't try to survive. He just tries to, I'm just going to buckle down. I'm just going to try and eat my way through it. Whatever. And that's just one thing I don't understand about the guy. I'm like, dude, if you're in a match and you're thoroughly getting your ass beat round by round by round, and they can see it in your face, not to mention see it on your trunks, and you're not trying to make any type of adjustments to help alleviate that, then you need to get out of the sport. Someone needs to save Paulie Malignaggi from himself. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I like seeing the guy fight. He brings a different type of mood and different type of, elegance to the boxing game. I dig his style in ring. I mean, it's just now, it's like he's always been more of a style over substance type of guy. I just really, I can't really say that I want him to get better, because at this point, if you haven't done anything in your career to change your style or change what's going on in your game, then you're pretty much done and over with, And he's fighting at 147. This is not a good division for him. Hell, I don't even think 140 pounds is a good division for Paulie. I mean, 147 is becoming very vapid, and 140 is starting to become more, it's starting to blossom a lot more. And 140 pounders are starting to go in between 140s, going from 147 back down to 140. So it's like 140 pounds is like a subdivision to 140 pounds is like a subdivision to 147. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I know Paulie can't make 135, obviously, but it's just a guy of his stature and of his strength will just completely get manhandled by guys like Devin, Victor Ortiz, Amir Khan beat him up badly, Hatton got him. It's just like, dude, he's like caught between a rock and a hard place. I feel for the guy, I really do, but that little belt he got, if he goes up against anybody else that has a power punch or any type of any person that goes against Paulie is going to have more power than him regardless. But if this dude has clean knockout power, he's going to damage Paulie something fierce. I mean, not only the guy has no power, he has brittle hands. I mean, the guy has underwent numerous hand surgeries. I remember there was like a documentary, he was talking about his hand surgery. The dude has so many scars on the top of his hand from all the breaks and fractures and splinters. The dude basically has an all-metal hand. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. I can't say that I disagree with the split decision despite the crowd. I had the majority of the rounds scored for Paulie. I think it was up, what I said, like rounds 1 through 6, 7, 8, I believe I gave to Paulie. Obviously, you can't give the knockdown round to Paulie. I mean, Cano was a good opponent. You know, he was strong, his stature. He did what he had to do, but I don't really see how Cano, he didn't do enough to win the fight. Yeah, he knocked him down, but that's about it. You know, Paulie, you can't take away a fight from a guy who gets knocked down in the latter rounds, but he's won the majority of the rounds from 1 through up to the point of the knockdown. You can't win a fight that way. In the way the commentators were kind of going, especially in Austin Trout wasn't even doing that. It was more Farhood had it even. I forgot which round it was. I think it was prior to the knockdown. Yeah, Val Bernstein had it for Cano. I think he had Cano by 1 or 2 rounds. I just don't see how you can make a case for a guy winning a fight when he's lost the majority of the rounds. You know, they scored it. It was a split decision in the last. One card had it for Paulie, one card had it for Cano. In the last card had it for Paulie by a point, which I think it wasn't so far-fetched where it couldn't, you know, it was unbelievably bullshit. It wasn't anything like that. It was manageable. I was either thinking it was going to be for Paulie or was it going to be a draw. You know, I was hoping more for a draw, but my heart felt Paulie won the fight. My brain said a draw. But yeah, overall, I give Cano's performance a B. He beat Paulie, but he did beat up Paulie pretty good, you know. Paulie, I give his performance a C-. Cano was a stationary target. He was there to be hit. Paulie just made made plenty of mistakes. I mean, he was leaning down, hands down, looking at the punch as Cano threw it. I mean, he would turn the guy in certain cases, walk backwards with his hands down, and get caught with punches. You know, there was a lot of amateur mistakes in this fight that Paulie never would have made. I mean, a guy, I think he's like 31 or something years old, and he's still making these amateur mistakes in the ring, shimmying, shaking, wearing these crazy-ass trunks that falling off his ass because they're too heavy with all the sweat and all the water that they put on his head and sitting in the corner. Like, dude, come on, bro. Like, I don't know. Like, he's kind of like when he was, when he was fighting Hatton in Manchester, when he had the long dreadlocks and shit, the extensions, and they had to tie him up with wrist tape and cut him so they wouldn't fall in his face. And there was other instances when his pants kept falling down, and the dude's a mess. You know, the dude's a mess. I mean, the guy has his head on straight when it comes to the sport of boxing as a commentator. The dude says a lot of shit that other commentators won't say, and I think that's what the sport needs. You need a voice of reason, and I think Paulie's that voice. But as far as the transition to the sport of boxing, in-ring, the dude there's a lot of stuff that the guy needs to cut out, you know what I mean? But that won't keep me from watching him. You know, we all have our gripes, you know, we all have our likes and dislikes. Hell, you know, that's just the way of the world. I guess it comes with the territory. But I'm going to end this video. We're almost coming on here 9 minutes. Like, dislike my video, comment on my video, do whatever you need to do. But until then, I'm about to watch this Morales Garcia 2 fight. I'll be back with that. I'm out of here. Peace.